Episode 16, Chrysalis, The Family Adventures. The girls bond with Gloria on the assault, Mike's remote lesson, and Josh's hack to find Amanda. Let's get a little light on the subject now. Hello, and welcome back finally to Chrysalis, The Family Adventures. Between device breakdowns and my getting a lot of work, thank goodness, to drive people so I can recoup my losses and start to get ahead, there just hasn't been time to keep it up. Plus, I have to keep up the writing itself, which started to fall off. But finally, here we are again, ready to move on with our next episode, which I kind of really like. It is set up as a back and forth between two different scenes involving the kids. Watch the interplay. As the episode begins, Samantha video chats Kamala, who praises her sense of justice, and Samantha shares about her nightmare. Her grandmother Gloria calls at that point, and the three of them have a warm, supportive conversation in which Gloria shares both concern over COVID safety as well as the girl's desire to pursue justice against the cop. Interspersed with this is Josh's remote homeschool lesson with Giselle present and Mike remotely on the computer. Giselle informs Mike about both Joey's mask protest and Samantha's trauma. Josh tells them about Samantha's freakout when Giselle had gone to get Joey out of jail, which adds to Giselle's distress about being uninformed. Next door, Samantha shares that Kamala was raped, much to Kamala's chagrin. Her grandma shares her own experience from her youth of an attempted rape and shares how hard and humiliating it was to press charges in her day and emphasizes that it won't be easy to convict a cop. But the girls resolve with her to make sure they get justice this time. Mike asks Josh for his homework, which he didn't do, but Giselle defends him in view of the recent family traumas. Josh's escapade in his room with Amanda comes up, to which Mike warns Josh about the COVID risk being too close. The COVID risk of being too close, citing statistics, but Josh still presses him to help him communicate with Amanda, which Mike refuses. Joey pulls Giselle out of the room, which is all it takes for Josh to get busy hacking the school's website to find Amanda, unbeknownst to Mike, who goes on lecturing him. The computer loses power right after a chilling warning appears on the screen. And now for the episode. Fade in. Internal Samantha's bedroom day. Samantha, who looks tired, frazzled, and very disappointed, is on video chat with Kamala, who is more upbeat. Kamala, filtered. I was proud of you standing up like that to those police. That really took courage, plus a lot of sensitivity about being black that most white people don't have, even if they mean well. Samantha, I just said what felt right, what needed to be said. Kamala, filtered. And you stuck your neck out where you were willing to get yourself in trouble for us. But you still got to be 100 times more careful than that. The cop didn't start to harass us until he saw you together with me. Did you notice that despite the fact that you were the one doing all the yelling, he put handcuffs on me first? That's what I mean by you got to be super extra careful when you're around a black person. I could never have gotten away with what you did. Samantha. Oh, so now you're getting on my case for sticking my neck out and defending your rights? Kamala, filtered. That's not what I'm saying. Look, I don't expect you to understand it the way I and all black people have had to in this country. I'm just saying trust me and be more careful from now on, not just for my sake, but for yours. Who knows what could have gone down last night? Samantha. All right, can we stop talking about this? I had an episode last night. Caption. And now, continuing on in and out of the cocoon, theme music / display. Caption. The family adventure continues. Kamala, filtered. Wait, what do you mean an episode? Samantha. It was like a nightmare, except I was awake. I freaked out. Samantha's phone rings. She looks at it. Kamala, filtered. Oh my God, you're having a post-traumatic stress reaction. Samantha. Wait, I'm getting a phone call. Answers phone, surprised. Grandma? Gloria, voiceover filtered. Samantha? Samantha. Oh my God, it's my grandmother. Kamala, filtered. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Call me afterwards. Samantha. No, stay. Grandma, what a surprise. Wait, let me put you on speakerphone so Kamala can hear you. Grandma, voiceover filtered. Kamala? Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Samantha, laughing. Oh no, Kamala's on video chat. She's not with me. Sudden change to sullen. Mom got into a fit and banned me from seeing her. To Kamala. That's something else I wanted to tell you, Kamala. Kamala, filtered. Wow, really? Gloria, voiceover, filtered. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you at last, Kamala. I mean virtually. Kamala, filtered. Nice to meet you too. Gloria, voiceover, filtered. I hope you're both keeping safe during this pandemic. I'm very concerned about how much it's getting so bad. And your father told me, Samantha, that you were protesting and got into some trouble. Are you all right? What happened? Samantha, it's been really scary. Did he tell you about the cop abusing us? Gloria, voiceover, filtered. A cop abused you? Oh my God, what happened? Samantha starts to break down and cry to the point of sobbing and unable to say anything. Gloria, voiceover, filtered. Oh, honey, you're crying. Kamala, filtered. She just needs to process everything. I'm here. I'll make sure she's okay. Gloria, voiceover, filtered. I'm so glad she has you. Is it okay, honey, if I ask what happened? Samantha nods yes. Kamala, filtered. She says it's okay. I'll tell you. We were at a protest. Everything was going so well and peaceful. It was that good feeling of finally being able to come together with so many other people after years of silence and injustice and demand change. Gloria, voiceover, filtered. Yes, I know. I recall that feeling from protesting many years ago. Kamala, filtered. All of a sudden, Samantha starts with this weird, worried look in her face, saying, who are these people and why are they here? We had no idea that we were being infiltrated by a hate group that was inciting violence. Gloria, voiceover, filtered. Oh my God, what happened next? Kamala, filtered. Well, Samantha started yelling to them to back off, but by then it was getting all chaotic as these men were hurling bottles at store windows, and then the cops started moving in. Gloria, voiceover, filtered. Oh my God, no. That brings back some not so good memories. I remember that scary feeling I got when Nixon turned the National Guard on us while we were protesting the war peacefully. Internal, Josh's room, day. Josh is at his desk, masked, with a laptop on it. Giselle, also masked, standing by his side. Mike is on the laptop screen. Mike, filtered, smiling. Hi, Josh. Hi, Giselle. Ready for the lesson? Josh, low key, half pronouncing. Hi, I guess. Giselle, almost simultaneous, more enthusiastic. Hi, Mike. How are you? Mike, filtered. Well, I'm taking care of myself, working from home, doing the best I can. Giselle, God, you got so much more sense than. Never mind. I'm sorry you haven't been able to be with us. You sure are missed. Mike, filtered. Why do I get the feeling not by my own son? Giselle, don't take it personally. He doesn't miss me either unless he needs something, like to get him out of jail. Josh laughs. Giselle, I don't see anything funny about that. Mike, filtered. Jail? You're kidding. Mr. Law and Order himself? Wow. Don't tell me he went on a protest. Josh laughs again. Mike, filtered. I see I haven't lost my sense of humor with my students. Josh, he did go on a protest. Mike filtered. You're kidding. What's he protesting? White lives matter? Giselle, would you believe it? The wearing of masks. Mike filtered. No, I don't believe it. They're actually protesting that? Black people are getting murdered by cops while masks are saving lives, and this is what people like Joey choose to protest? Josh, Samantha would love to hear you say that. Giselle, well, that's okay, Josh. Samantha's not going to hear that because I don't want her or her father going out and risking getting exposed. Mike filtered. Yeah, I can understand your feeling. This COVID is really scary, even to the young and able-bodied. I hope at least Samantha is wearing a mask. Giselle. Yeah, if anything good came of that, she's at least more careful to mask up, especially after the frightening experience she had. Mike filtered. What experience? What happened to her? Internal, Samantha's bedroom, day. Same scene as before. Samantha is still shaken, but not crying anymore and not saying anything. Kamala, filtered. So she got really outraged and indignant about those intruders turning a peaceful protest into looting and violence. Gloria, Grandma, voiceover, filtered. Good for you, Samantha. Samantha smiles. Kamala, filtered. And then she started yelling at the cops, Hey, you have no right to do this. And I was like, I could never do anything like that and still be alive. Grandma, voiceover, filter. Why not? Samantha, because she's black, that's why. Grandma, voiceover, filter. Yeah, that's pretty clear nowadays. Kamala, filtered. And that's why black people are always victims. They don't want you to know there's a double standard. It's like things we never tell each other, but we just know. Well, now it's in the open, and they're finally not getting away with it anymore. Samantha. All right, tell my grandmother what happened already. Kamala, filtered, taken aback. I'm sorry. Well, she was yelling. The cop slapped cuffs on me just because I was with her. The black one. I was totally cooperative, but when the second cop slapped cuffs on Samantha, she started kicking him and trying to fight him off. Samantha with a touch of anger. Oh, you're the saint who does everything right. Kamala filtered. I'm not trying to start a fight with you, honey. I'm just trying to explain to your grandma the racism that goes under the radar that every day that most white people don't see. Grandma, voiceover filtered. Hmm, I feel your pain, and I do see it. It seemed like things were getting better until this last president stirred things up, and it was like the days of the lynchings were back again. Kamala filtered. See, that's the thing. Maybe you didn't see it, but black people just knew. They filled the prisons with our young men for the same misdemeanors white people just got a slap on the wrist for. And that doesn't even begin to account for all the white collar crime that had racist underpinnings that people got away with. But anyway, after they had cuffed us, they took us and a few other protesters down to the station. Samantha, that's when this really bad cop pulled us aside and took us in a room. Kamala filtered. Yeah, we were all alone now with this man, the one who had violated my civil rights by slapping cuffs on me. He started feeling us up, saying he had to search for weapons. And that's where this cop, who was already racist, became guilty of a sexist crime. Because you never feel up a member of the opposite sex. You get an officer of the gender of the person you want to search to do that. But that's nothing compared to what happened next. Then this cop, who was now all alone with us, told us to remove our pants. Gloria, voiceover, filtered. Oh my God, what a pervert. You definitely should report him. Kamala, filtered. We're going to. We got his name and badge number. Gloria, voiceover, filtered. Good going. Samantha, and then he pushed a stick into our asses. Gloria, voiceover, filtered. What? Kamala. Fortunately, that's when the other cop came in and told him to stop. Who knows what could have happened if the other cop hadn't come in. By the way, I'm sorry, I'm using the words Gloria and Grandma interchangeably. If I say one or the other, it's the same person. Internal, Josh's room, day, same scene as before. Giselle. Samantha won't say exactly what it was they did, but she's very upset and traumatized by it. Josh. I held her when she was going through one of her episodes. Giselle. You held her? Episodes? What are you talking about? She asked me to when you were getting dad. She was freaking out. Mike shows concern and compassion on the video screen. Giselle, great. Something else she didn't tell me. Internal, Samantha's room, day. Same scene as before. Samantha, I haven't told this to anyone besides Kamala's mom, who Kamala told. It's really scary. I just like to forget about it. I may never trust a man again as long as I live. Kamala filtered. No argument from me there. Samantha, she was raped by her dad. Kamala filtered. Hey, that was supposed to be a secret. Confidential. Gloria voiceover filtered. Oh, don't worry, your secret's safe here. But wow, that's so much to process. Both of you. But I actually may understand what you're going through more than you think. It didn't involve a police officer, but I was sexually molested or raped once. Samantha, really? You? Grandma? Wow. What happened? Grandma, voiceover, filtered. Well, in my case, this guy was following me down the street, and he was able to corner me into an alley. Kamala, filtered. What do you mean sexually molested or raped? Either you were raped or you were just sexually molested. Gloria voiceover filtered. I was so freaked out and tired from a long day at work that I honestly couldn't remember exactly what happened. Kamala filtered. Oh, you would remember if it was rape. What happened to Samantha and me was rape because even though it was a stick and not a body part, there was penetration. Samantha, I didn't know that. Kamala filtered. Yeah, don't sell yourself short and let powerful men decide for you. It was clear rape, and that's what the charge will be. This is how they try to confuse you. Gloria, voiceover filtered. I went back to Gloria. In my case, I nearly passed out. I don't know how I did it, but I managed to fend him off enough and get away. But it was so traumatic having my clothes ripped off in the street. Samantha. Oh my God, wow. How did you get out of there? Grandma Gloria, voiceover filtered. I was just very lucky. Kamala, filtered. Well, that sounds like a clear case of attempted rape, which really is the same thing. Because if you hadn't stopped him, he would have done it. So he's really guilty of the same charge. Your saving your life shouldn't have to lessen the charge. Gloria, voiceover filtered. Yes, but no matter what happened in those days, you took a big risk saying something like that happened to you. When I got home and told everybody what happened, my father insisted I don't report it because it would make the whole family look bad. Kamala filtered. Well, I sure hope you didn't listen to him. Gloria voiceover filtered. Well, to be honest, it wasn't that simple. Fortunately, your grandfather insisted that I report everything that happened. He and Daddy were at odds about almost everything. Although at first I was so shaken up that I was scared to do anything. I knew it was the right thing, and I'd never be able to live with myself. That was until we met with the lawyer. He freaked me out by telling me that the other attorney would paint me as a loose woman who was asking for it, and that because I looked nice, the jury would fall for it. Samantha. That's terrible. Kamala filtered. That's why you never get a male attorney to represent you in a rape case. Gloria voiceover filtered. Back then, they seemed to all be male attorneys. It was a different time. Men dominated everything in society, and there were always held the day in court. I just didn't have a chance because the lawyer said that the rapist's lawyer would be more believable because he was defending a man. Plus, the fact that I couldn't remember every detail, and you always need clear evidence to convict someone. The two girls looked both sympathetic and angered. Grandma Gloria voiceover filtered. So I never pressed charges, which is how something I regret to this day. Kamala filtered. Oh, well, we're going to press charges. We remember every detail. Samantha, wait a minute. What happens if they try to intimidate us too and make us look like fools? Kamala, filtered. We'll stand up to them because we're in the right. We did nothing wrong. Grandma Gloria, voiceover, filtered. Not to downplay you, but Samantha does have a point, because even though we have the Me Too movement now, you're still dealing with an officer of the law, and they are very hard to convict. Kamala, filtered. Don't I know it? Almost all the cops who murdered unarmed black people got off because they were able to convince the jury they were scared for their lives. And the juries buy it. But we're going to fight anyway, because not to fight is much worse. That's why we were out there demonstrating. Samantha, and look what happened. Kamala, filtered. That's what I'm trying to say. They'll do anything to try and scare us into complicity. Gloria, voiceover, filtered. Now, Samantha, I know this is really intimidating. I know how that feels, but I don't want you to have to live with the same regret I did all my life. And life is long. Just think about all the women you'll be giving courage to. Kamala, filtered. And black people. Gloria, voiceover, filtered. That's right. Think of all the people who were afraid to stand up for what was right. Do it for all of us. By doing this, you'll be avenging all the wrongs done to women in the past by men who got away with it. Kamala, filtered. Plus, we're together. You won't have to face him alone. And a superior officer is a witness if he doesn't buckle under and observe the blue wall of silence. Samantha. What's the blue wall of silence? Gloria, voiceover filtered. That's like a code police officers have to cover for each other. But even though it's just the two of you against his word, you should still do it because you still feel much better that you did everything you could. And you might actually get further even if you only get partial justice. And you could always appeal a ruling. Samantha, will you help us with that? Gloria, voiceover, filtered. I most certainly will. How else will I get the justice I've been waiting for years? Internal, Josh's room, day. Same scene as before. Mike, filtered. So let's get to business. Do you have your homework, Josh? Josh looks at him blank, then shrugs his shoulders. Josh, I wasn't able to do it. Mike, filtered. Oh, come on, Josh. How long are you going to keep going like you're invincible? This is almost the third time you've blown off the work. Josh, upset. It wasn't my fault. Giselle, cutting him off. I'm sorry, it's my fault, Mike. With the pandemic and all the craziness with the girl, we just plain forgot to get him in front of a computer. Mike, filtered. Oh, yeah, I heard about a girl. Josh, you're taking an awful lot of chances with that. Giselle, cutting him off. He already got chewed out by me, Mike. Spare him. Mike, filtered. Not to second guess you, Giselle, but sometimes it helps to hear good advice from someone other than his parents. Giselle, well, good luck with that. Mike, filtered. It's okay, Josh. It's okay, Giselle. Josh, is she someone you know real well? Josh, yeah, she's in my class. Mike, filtered. Well, forgive me for being so intrigued, but you were cut off from the world, and I know you're locked in there. That's still true. That's still true, Giselle? Giselle, yeah, he's under lock and key. Mike, filtered. So how did you pull this one off? Josh, she just showed up at my window one night. You know, in addition to all my other great abilities, I'm a fantastic climber. Giselle, I wouldn't brag if I were you. The last time you got out and climbed back in, you hit the floor with a big thud that resounded all throughout the house. Josh, this time I used a bed sheet as a pulley. Mike, filter. Wow. All right. I'm just going to remind Giselle, did you tell him about being a carrier, even if he's not asymptomatic? Even if he's not symptomatic? Josh, yeah, she told me. Um, Mike filtered. So are you going to be able to resist taking her in next time she comes around? Josh, I don't know. You're talking about man's greatest need. Mike filtered. Well, right now your greatest need is to stay alive and to stay safe and alive. and to have two healthy parents who don't catch this virus from you in case you catch it from this girl. Josh. Yeah, but what's the chance of that happening? Mike, filtered. Okay, let me pull this up here. According to the World Health Organization, there were 461,349 more cases this past week alone because that many people said just what you did. According to the CDC COVID data tracker, 1 in every 1,000 people here in California got infected with COVID every single day in the last week. Now, going on, there's a page in which the CDC tells you how to avoid getting infected. This includes the following: stay at least 6 feet, about 2 arm lengths from others who don't live with you. Giselle, you getting this, Josh? Mike, can you send us that page? Mike, filtered. Sure thing, Giselle. It also says here, avoid poorly ventilated indoor spaces. So you violated those two guidelines. Josh, my room's well ventilated. Mike, filtered. How do you know that? Do you know the official ventilation measurements that's required for a room to be well ventilated? You need to be breathing more air circulating from outside than inside. That's impossible inside any house or building unless you have a very good ventilator or air purifier. Although if you had the window open, you would be in a better position. But that's still not enough protection when it comes to this virus. What if I keep the windows open and wear a mask? Giselle, Josh, we settled that already. It's not going to happen. Samantha can't have her girlfriend over, and she's not even on punishment except that she has a big, ungrateful mouth. Mike, filtered. Josh, maybe it's a better idea for you and your girlfriend to wait this time out, and when it's safer, then you can arrange to spend time with her, as long as your parents say it's okay. Josh, can you look her up and let her know I'm trying to reach her? Her name's Amanda, and she's the only one with that name in my class. It'll be a cinch to find her. Mike, filtered. Josh, you gotta be kidding. I'm here to teach you so you can become a better adult. I'm not a matchmaking service. Come on. Joey enters the room. Joey, honey, I need you now. Sorry to interrupt. Is he behaving? Mike, filtered. Hi, Joey. Josh. Come here, Dad. Grandpa just told me all these COVID rules that you're violating. Joey. Don't be a wise ass. As she talks here, Giselle pulls Joey's arm with her, and they head towards outside the door. Giselle. Come on, Joey. Let's leave them alone. As they walk out into the hall and down the stairs a little. Mike. Filtered. Well, if he's violating those rules, then you're all in trouble. Josh quickly starts typing at the keyboard very quickly and doing it surreptitiously. The screen shows the terms, quote, Amanda, unquote, quote, Santa Ana High School, unquote, and quote, class of 2021, unquote, in search bars, which pop up quickly and disappear, superimposed upon the view of Mike's face on the screen. Mike, filtered. Now I see why you're always getting in trouble. Josh, very startled. What? He squirms, freezes, and shows signs of panic. Mike, filter. You're just getting all that misbehavior from your dad. He doesn't follow the rules, so why should you? But this is what high school is all about. Josh starts to relax with relief as Mike goes on, but as he does so, the screen repeatedly flashes a warning in large letters that go on and off. Quote, suspicious threat detected. Someone is attempting to break into your account. Please log out. Unquote. Fade out. I think in the note, yeah, the citations are there in the notes so that if you want to research them, they'll be on my Facebook page. And I see I did nothing to make a recording, so I'm going to have to do it from the video. Enjoy, everybody!